can put whatever they like in their cells. You know, stuff like television.
Guys, I am going to tell you about few luxurious prisons of the world which offer a richer lifestyle. In 2010, a camera crew made a surprise visit to an Indonesian prison and captured footage that caused widespread anger. What they recorded ignited an international scandal. Before we dive into the footage, let's meet the woman at the center of this scandal. A prisoner named Rita Suriana. Rita is a businesswoman who was sentenced to 5 years in prison for bribing a government official. Despite her incarceration, Rita was still very wealthy. So she used her money to make her time in prison as comfortable as possible. In other words, the woman convicted of bribery continued to bribe people while in jail, and that's exactly what she did. Rita paid off the prison warden and guards. And in return, they transformed her dreary prison cell into a luxurious, hotel-style suite. After learning about her privileged lifestyle, a local TV station decided to visit the prison unannounced. And they were stunned by what they found. The footage showed Rita's 64-square-meter cell, aired on Indonesian television, where she was even caught undergoing a laser beauty treatment. Her comfortable prison life came to an abrupt end following this surprise inspection by a team set up to combat corruption in the justice system. Her prison cell was furnished with a flat-screen television, a king-sized bed, a private bathroom, and a karaoke machine. But there was more. Rita had 3 maids attending to her. She was allowed unlimited visitors, and beauticians and hairdressers regularly came to give her beauty treatments. When Indonesians saw the footage of Rita's luxurious life behind bars, they were furious at the special treatment she received. Although Rita paid bribes to create a comfortable prison life, there are prisons around the world that are designed to be inherently luxurious and cozy. In this video, we'll showcase 7 of the most luxurious prisons for the ultra-wealthy. We'll introduce an inmate who travels by helicopter to and from jail, a prison where inmates are paid a salary, and even a prison where an inmate paid $1 million for a graffiti artist to decorate the walls. While some of these prisons were designed for luxury, others were renovated to provide wealthy inmates with a lavish experience. Let's start with a prison where all inmates can live as if they're on a cozy vacation. Bastøy Prison in Norway. Bastøy Prison in Norway isn't a typical prison. Located on an island, it requires a ferry ride to access it. And the ferry is operated by prisoners. Bastøy Island is about an hour from Norway's capital, nestled in Oslo Fjord, and boasts one of Norway's scenic beaches. Bastøy Prison emphasizes giving inmates trust and responsibility, with many describing it as like living in a village or community. Inmates can walk by the seashore or go swimming. They live in shared apartments without barbed wire or high walls. Bastøy houses about 115 prisoners who get one meal in the dining hall, and they receive a monthly stipend to buy groceries from the island's store for lunch and dinner. Inmates also earn around £6 per day for their work on the island. In their free time, they fish and swim. Martin and Chael, 2 inmates, enjoy an evening swim after a day's work. The mainland and freedom don't feel far away. One inmate mentioned that he's allowed to leave the island for an 18-day vacation each year to visit the mainland, which is only 4 kilometers away, close enough to swim. However, Bastøy does have rules. Its 3 golden rules are no violence, no alcohol, and no drugs. Bastøy is a luxury prison, but it's not reserved only for the wealthy. The government aims to make it accessible to everyone who qualifies, regardless of their wealth. However, while Bastøy tries to be fair, the next prison on our list does the opposite, creating a luxury experience for a single wealthy inmate whose father was a billionaire. Cipinang Prison, Indonesia. In Indonesia, most prisoners endure cramped, overcrowded cells and often sleep on hard cement floors. However, billionaire socialite Tommy Suharto's daughter experienced a very different reality during her time in an Indonesian prison, where her life was worlds apart. Tommy is the youngest son of a former Indonesian dictator, whose father ruled the country for 32 years and in the process embezzled billions of dollars from state funds. Tommy grew up wealthy and pampered. Tommy was sentenced to 15 years in prison for hiring 2 hitmen to murder a Supreme Court judge. Unfortunately for him, his father was no longer president when he committed this crime, and all their money and influence couldn't prevent Tommy from ending up behind bars. In prison, Tommy received special treatment. His cell was equipped with a soft carpet so his feet wouldn't have to touch the cold floor. He was even permitted to use a helicopter for regular outings to visit his girlfriends. Here's a brief clip of Tommy Suharto enjoying his time in prison. Tommy's jail cell resembled a small apartment, with 3 rooms including an entrance hall, a bedroom, and a bathroom. He also had a 21-inch TV, containers with a variety of instant noodles, fresh bed sheets, and an upscale bathroom with ceramic tiles. The view from his cell overlooked a pleasant yard with a small fish pond. Meanwhile, other inmates at Siang prison shared cells with up to 10 people. However, the next prison on our list won't have inmates crowded into one cell, despite housing hardened criminals. And it will surprise you with its luxurious and comfortable facilities. Halden Fengsel Prison, Norway. Halden Fengsel Prison in Norway is unlike any other jail you've heard of. Nestled deep in the forest, this prison looks like something out of a fairy tale. Behind me is what's considered the world's most humane maximum security prison. There's not a single coil of razor wire in sight, and yet no prisoner has ever tried to escape. Violent incidents are extremely rare. The prison's philosophy is simple. Everyone inside will one day be outside and become someone else's neighbor. What sets Halden Fengsel apart is its emphasis on nature. The architects aimed to create a space that felt more like a retreat than a punishment, allowing inmates to enjoy fresh air and natural beauty. But it's not just the environment that makes Halden unique. The government spent a whopping $15 million to build the prison, and it took 10 years to complete. Every detail was meticulously planned as if they were designing a vacation resort. A Norwegian artist was paid $1 million to paint a mural on the prison wall, depicting a prisoner in a striped uniform using a ball and chain as a shot put. Halden Fengsel accommodates only 252 inmates, ensuring each prisoner has their own private cell with a mini fridge, flat-screen TV, and private bathroom. The windows don't even have bars, allowing prisoners to enjoy plenty of sunlight. The cell blocks are equipped with full kitchens, big screen TVs, and laundry rooms. And inmates even have keys to their own cells. The guards at Halden don't carry weapons and often play sports with inmates. Half of the staff are women, as studies suggest that having women around creates a calmer environment. There's even a special house for inmates to spend time with family members during overnight visits. Some critics argue that this prison is too luxurious, especially since it houses dangerous criminals who have committed severe offenses. But the prison's administration insists it was designed for comfort to emphasize human rights and respect. Unsurprisingly, some wealthy individuals pull strings to get transferred there. We can't discuss luxury prisons without mentioning La Catedral, the only instance where a criminal built a prison for himself using his own money. La Catedral in Colombia. In the late 1980s, Pablo Escobar was the world's richest and most notorious drug lord. But his wealth attracted attention, and the US and Colombian governments were pursuing him. After years of evading capture, Escobar grew wary of running and demanded that he be allowed to negotiate his own surrender terms, which included creating a special prison where he could serve his sentence in comfort and safety. The government agreed, and soon La Catedral prison was built. Completed in 1991. La Catedral was not an ordinary prison. It resembled more of a mansion in the mountains of Medellin. Pablo Escobar had it designed to be less like a prison and more like a playground. For this reason, people nicknamed it Club Medellin or Hotel Escobar, joking that it offered maximum comfort, not maximum security. Here's a brief clip showing the interior of the prison. The prison included a kitchen, private bathroom, personal gym, disco, soccer field, bar, and even a waterfall. Pablo's room had a rotating circular bed, a 60-inch TV, and a bathroom with a jacuzzi. For his 42nd birthday, Escobar hired top chefs in Medellin and hosted an extravagant party, even holding a wedding inside the prison. There were nights filled with music, dancing, and enjoyment. However, Escobar's stay at La Cathedral came to an abrupt end after news emerged that he had killed 4 of his associates inside the prison. This enraged the Colombian government, which then decided it was time to transfer Escobar to a regular jail. But before they could apprehend him, Escobar escaped through a secret route in the forest. Today, the Colombian government has handed La Cathedral over to a group of monks, who now use it as a monastery. Many people have described La Cathedral as Pablo's personal playground. Interestingly, the next prison on our list also resembles a playground, though it's intended for kids. Aranjuez Prison, Spain. Many prisoners have children, but when they are incarcerated, families are often separated for years. Imagine a prison where, instead of families being torn apart, they are given the chance to stay together. That's the Aranjuez Prison, the only facility with cells for families. Aranjuez Prison in Spain was designed to allow parents to remain in jail with their young children. In situations where both parents are convicted, they may be sent to Aranjuez to live together with their child in a family cell. Children can stay in Aranjuez Prison until they turn 3. After that, they are placed with relatives or under social services care. When the children leave, the parents return to regular cells. Children in Aranjuez attend nursery, sleep in cribs, play in the yard, and have a dedicated play area. One story tells of Carmen Garcia, a woman who met another prisoner in Aranjuez, married him, and had a child in prison. The 2 parents, both serving time, were allowed to move into a family cell to raise their child together. A child's early years are crucial, and Aranjuez Prison ensures that every child can experience parental love, even when their parents are behind bars. La Picota Prison, Bogotá, Colombia. Juan Carlos Martinez was once a Colombian senator, wealthy and powerful. However, his life took a drastic turn in 2009 when he was convicted of drug trafficking and connections to rebel groups in Colombia. A Colombian TV network broadcasted his trial, and Juan Carlos received a sentence of 7.5 years in La Picota Prison. Many Colombians expected this corrupt politician to suffer for his crimes. But, to their surprise, Juan Carlos Martinez enjoyed a luxurious lifestyle behind bars. He was so comfortable that he held a party to celebrate his birthday. The party gained national attention. It was an extravagant event lasting 2 days, with 34 guests, a salsa star, musicians, food, and alcohol smuggled in for the occasion. Martinez went further, even breaking down a wall between his cell and an adjacent one to create more space. He was literally building his own little paradise within the prison. Public outrage ensued after news of the lavish party spread, and Colombians demanded the government stop giving Martinez special treatment. In 2012, after public pressure, Martinez was transferred to a different prison with less luxurious accommodations. Speaking of luxurious accommodations, this next prison has the world's most elegant cells. It's so refined that it's not called a prison, but a justice center. Justice Center Leoben, Austria. Inmates at the Justice Center Leoben are not unhappy. They actually consider themselves fortunate, as it's one of the best facilities for detainees. Located in Leoben, Austria, this minimum security prison is for individuals who have committed non-violent crimes. The facility displays 2 quotes on its walls to emphasize its philosophy. The first says, "All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights." The second states, "All persons deprived of their liberty shall be treated with humanity and with respect for the inherent dignity of the human person." These quotes convey the belief that prisoners are still human beings and deserve kindness and respect. The Justice Center embodies this philosophy by providing each inmate with a cozy room, television, private bathroom, and kitchenette. For health and wellness, there's a modern gym, and inmates can also enjoy a basketball court. While many people expect prisons to be harsh, the wealthy and influential often manage to find ways to live comfortably behind bars. For more stories about how the rich circumvent the system and make their own rules, check out our video, How Billionaires Always Get What They Want.